Old Carmel Nair is 7 months pregnant. Her building is bang opposite a cluster of towers, and she feels her unborn child is at risk.
When a pregnant woman is taking an X-ray shot, that itself is considered so harmful that doctors do not prescribe an X-ray to a pregnant woman. Now I have been living under this X-ray, under this radiation shots almost every day for 24/7, which is as good as having an X-ray shot taken every second. So how comfortable and how safe is it going to be for my child?
Carmela's fears are not unfounded. It's been 2 years that they've moved into this new house, and the telltale signs are already there.
When we shifted here in approximately 3 to 4 months time, I started showing signs of severe hair fall, and I would wonder that, what has brought this change? Problems like severe headache, nausea, most importantly sleeplessness. So one fine day, me and my husband, we discussed about it, and he told me that he's suffering more or less the same problems. In fact, he also mentioned that his immunity had gone down.
A radiation check done at their home revealed that it was indeed very high. It was a matter of concern because even the fine print of phones like BlackBerry, which emits much lesser radiation than the towers, clearly suggest that the phone should be kept away from the abdomen of pregnant women.
These are a lot of electromagnetic radiation environment we are living in. Do they affect us? Again, what do I feel as somebody who's gone through medicine, as somebody who's studied science? There has to be an effect somewhere, because a lot of our brain to body functional is through electrical impulses which go through neurotransmitters and neuronal junctions. They will definitely get affected by these non-ionizing radiation.
The danger is not just from the 5 lakh towers, but the cell phone itself is a bigger health risk for the 900 million users in India. This radio frequency is emitted from the antennae of the phone, which is placed near the ear. If you're talking for more than 20 minutes on your cell phone, the EMR raises the earlobe and brain temperature by up to 2 degrees. In fact, in May this year, the World Health Organization had classified cell phones as possibly carcinogenic, like benzene and DDT, the first such admission by the biggest health body, and children are at a higher risk.
This is the skull bone, and this is the area which is in contact with the cell phone directly. Now, depending on the thickness of the skull bone, the number of radiations or the energy of the radiation will pass into the brain. So in younger people, it has been seen that the thickness of the skull bone is much thinner as compared to grown-up people. So the bad effects of these rays will be much more in younger people.
So the next time you want to buy a mobile phone, I suggest you carefully go through the user manual, especially the chapters on safety.
The brochures clearly say to keep the phones away from the breast pocket if a person is implanted with a pacemaker. The iPhone warns its users against seizures, blackouts and eye strain, and recommends that a distance of 5 to 8 inches is maintained between the phone and the body. In fact, in the US, every phone is tested by the Federal Communications Commission for its specific absorption rate, or SAR, before it is available for sale to the public. The SAR represents the rate at which radiations are absorbed by the human body. According to the Time magazine, the biggest culprit in terms of radiation is the BlackBerry, the must-have accessory for any successful person.
When we invented cars 100 years back, nobody realized the bad effects of the petrol fumes or the diesel fumes. Many of the people who are now vouching for cell phones, saying that this is their lifestyle or this is the way of life, the ill effects are going to show up after some time.
Considering that even the revised permissible EMF level in India is 0.92 watts per square meter is much higher than China, Germany and France, it's hard to say if we are in a safe zone yet. The new cell phone tower radiation norms have been implemented from the 1st of September 2012. But for some people we heard from today, perhaps the norms have come a little too late. They say that the damage has already been done. In fact, our Living It Up page on the IBN Live website is abuzz with queries. And we're getting your questions, your concerns answered by the top experts in the field.
Hello.
Hello. Doctor, I'm Kapil Chawla calling from Delhi. You see, I'm quite worried. I've been hearing about this radiation problems coming from the mobile towers. Is this really true?
Kapil, see, if you are living close to the cell tower, and first thing what you would like to do it is you get the radiation measurement done at your place.
Yeah, actually, we live very nearby to a cell phone tower. It is just bang opposite my house. And I have small children in my house, and then my aged parents are also there. So, if there is a problem, then what is the solution to this, doctor?
First of all, you can try to convince operators to reduce the transmitted power or ask them to remove the tower. If neither of these things are possible, you can go for shielding solution.
Okay.
You can put a special film on the windows which can cut down the radiation by 90 to 95%. Also, there are special curtains available which you can put it, and that will also block the radiation by 90 to 95%. And if the radiation is coming through the wall, one can actually put also specially designed wallpaper. These again can reduce the radiation level by 90 to 95%.
Okay. Thank you, doctor. Thank you so much. Okay. Bye.
Apart from what Professor Kumar has just mentioned, there are other radiation neutralizing devices. The Green 8 harmonizing foil can be placed over the battery to cut down the radiation from cell phones. Devices like the Enviro chips are set to change the nature of radiation. They can be fixed onto the external surface of the cell phone. Some anti-radiation chips can be worn around the neck. It needs to be placed at the solar plexus and claims to create a protected zone up to 4 meters. These chips can cost anything from 400 to 2,400 rupees. There are also anti-radiation strips which can be put around the towers.
Hi doctor, I have a 2-year-old daughter. She tends to play on the phone like throughout the day. Most of the time she wants to talk to her father. I want to know how harmful is it for the child?
I wouldn't recommend that your children be playing with the gadget at all. Now let me cite a small study that has happened in Australia, wherein the physicians found that the incidence of leukemia is much more higher in those who are staying very close to the cell phone towers within a 5-kilometer radius, or the children using more of the cell phones.
Okay.
Now in children what happens is, because the skull bones are very thin, the brain gets affected. Now brain is in a development process in the children, and radiations can damage the development of the brain. Please do not allow your children to play with the cell phones, either with the games in the applications or keep talking on the phone to their small other little friends.
Okay. Thank you, doctor.
Hi doctor, I'm Shyam. There are often times we hear that the continuous usage of cell phone in your trouser pockets can sometimes harm the sperm count. I mean, is that true? How does it really affect the sperm count? How does it work?
It's not a humor, it's a fact, because most of the studies say that cell phone being kept very close to the trouser pockets or to the scrotum or the testis, or worn very close to the trouser belt, do affect the sperm counts and may cause infertility in such patients. My advice is, do not keep these cell phones as close to the scrotum or the testicles.
Alright, thank you doctor.
Next week on Living It Up, we are talking about allergies.
I'm allergic to nuts. Sandwich is not good for us.
We will try and understand why it happens, how it can be prevented, and what are the treatments available.
There's a lot of confusion out there in the minds of parents and doctors.
If you are allergic to something or have a query, do write into us at editor@ibnlive.com or log on to our website ibnlive.com/livingitup. Our experts will try and answer your questions. So till next week, stay healthy and live it up.